So thank you, the MC. And now we will start the session. First of all, good afternoon to all the audience here who joined the seminar in the Thailand InsurTech Fair 2022. This is our last day for the event. My name is Rinipa and I will be the MC for this session. So for this session, as you heard before, it is about what to concern when choosing the cloud solution for insurance companies. So this is the important factors that you need to consider for the optimal results when you choose the cloud solution. Now I know that many of you have joined us by the online streaming, so if you have any questions, then you can send your questions through the chat box and we will pass on the question to our panelists later. So today you will hear from the strategy and also the decision making for the choosing the cloud solution for insurance companies. The insurance industry is quite unique in itself, and the cloud solution, as you may be well aware of, that it can help drive the speed as well as the flexibility of the system. So let's hear on what to choose and how to choose your cloud solution. We have our two experts here. The first one is from the leading player and the service provider for InsurTech, K.Worawit Mokkhasamit, Head of Commercial K.Tech Global Singapore Private Limited. And another panelist also is a platform and the service provider of Intromo. So we have K.Krisana Theinthong here. He is the general manager of eBaoCloud or eBaoTech Thailand Company Limited, a global solution provider that is. So good afternoon both panelists, and now that I have given the introduction of the session today, but may I invite you guys to give us a brief introduction of yourself and your company. So let's go with K.Krisana first. So my name is K.Krisana Theinthong from eBaoTech Corporation. I'm the GM that takes care of a cloud of eBaoTech, that is the distribution cloud. So it's for the ecosystem building for insurance distribution. Talking about eBaoTech, it is an insurtech established 2 decades ago, and now we are in the Series D. Hopefully, we will be a listed company soon. And next, K.Worawit. My name is Worawit, and I am the country head and head of commercial of K.Tech. In Thailand, is known in the name of K.Tech. So for our company, we are the provider of platform solutions as well as SaaS solution to the insurance industry, especially because we came from China, and in China we have our own banking business, insurance business, but when we reach out from China, we focus especially on tech side. So the customer that we provide service to, like Malaysia, Vietnam, Indonesia, Singapore, and Hong Kong, as well as now we have the office in Thailand. These are our area of services. And the moderator said that they are working on cloud solution especially, so they would be the right experts for us to hear from on how to choose the cloud solution. What are the distinctions, and also for the SaaS or software as a service or PaaS, platform as a service, how are they different in the industry? So let's hear from K.Worawit first. And K.Worawit said that for both platforms, I think, in the eyes of K.Tech, we provide both SaaS and PaaS as our core services. So they are quite different from one another. For PaaS on top and SaaS, that is the foundation of the system. They have their own strengths and weaknesses. And for the strength of SaaS, I have to say that it's about the business convenience and also opportunities, as well as the cost effectiveness for certain recipients of the services. It can help accelerate the growth effectively. In Thailand, we heard for a long time about the digital transformation, and for this buzzword, in the past several years after COVID-19, we see the acceleration in the speed, the growth. Everyone wants to be digital, and SaaS and PaaS will be the supporter for your architecture. And next is, however, there would still be limitations for the data that we need to upload on the cloud solution. So there would be challenges in data security that I will elaborate later. And next, let's hear from K.Krisana. K.Krisana says that I would like to add some points here. Based on the topic that we are talking about, we have the theme of reshaping insurance to the multiverse of InsurTech. So there will be several changes. One thing for sure is that we expect to see more transactions because now we are borderless and we can reach out to all the multiverse. And we will have the new kind of products and services, so it's not going to be a limited community. There would be personalized campaigns and also policies. And next, we also need the speed. We'll have more speed to spin off the new products and services. The speed is important. So this will bring about the challenges for the IT operations too, because they already have complexity of operating all these things, but SaaS and PaaS will help them as a facilitating tools, and the insurance companies will be able to adapt faster and to minimize the complexity of the system. And also the time to market for the new product launch will be within 2 weeks or 1 month, as short as that. And that is the strength, but for the limitations that it also has is that it is the shared platform. So the customization would not be a tailor-made solution for each company. You have to go with the standard format for the entire industry. So there would be a lot of modification as well as a workflow in each company that have to adapt to this platform. And the moderator said that for the cloud solution, whether it is a SaaS or PaaS, like you heard already, that there is still certain limitations for customization. But the strength is that it can help you with the speed on the transformation as well as better organization. No matter where you are in this world, you can access the system. In this year, 2022, I would like to ask this question about the developments of both SaaS and PaaS in the insurance industry. How is it going? So in my perspective, like I said before, actually for CA, we serve the insurance industry specifically. So in our opinion, we want to serve the industry effectively. Just like K.Krisana said that there's quite certain limitation and we want the speed to be better. In the past, for an insurer to launch one product, it would need about 3 to 4 months to work on the campaign, and the time to market will be that long. But once they start using the PaaS and SaaS, everything will be shortcut into 2 weeks, and then you can launch the new product already. And that would enable the company to serve the demand of young generations who use the mobile phone all the time, so they would want to shop and they want it now. So the moderator said that it's gonna help with the speed and also to have the good response to the demand of the customers, right? And let's hear from คุณกฤษณะ Well, I think, for the demand of the today's customers, their lifestyle has changed and mobile device and applications are embedded in their life. So if you want to expand the insurance business, you have to change the way you connect with them. How to connect more with the mobile phone use and maybe to use the e-commerce or the application to be your distributor. So based on the change of the customer behaviors and the developments in these recent years, it will focus on the connection API. So that would accelerate the growth of SaaS and PaaS too. And the moderator said that, so you have to consider what you will use and what are your use case too. And next, what should be concerned about for the optimal results on the cloud solution use. So for this question, before you would choose any cloud solution, you have to know yourself first, your structure, your culture, and your operation, whether it fits into any cloud solution. Because there are so many startups that provide SaaS and PaaS services, but which one can serve your demand the best? There would be several factors, just like I mentioned earlier, for the cybersecurity and the cyber risks. Like, for example, leaders in the industries, they would have concerns on the ISO standards 27001. So that would be about IT security. You have to find a solution that can give you the confidence of the data security, cyber security, whether when you upload the personal data of the customer, it will stay safe or not. Because the cloud, they would contain a lot of personal data, right? With the PDPA laws coming into effect, this becomes even more important factor to consider. And for the system, if it is okay, because SaaS and PaaS are already the accelerator of the distribution, of course, the result would be better. And the moderator said that, of course, you have to learn about yourself first, about your demand, and then you can choose based on your demand, especially for cybersecurity that is vital to the growth and the safety of the operation. So we need the one that can provide such confidence. Now let's hear from คุณ Krisana, who is a solution provider on cloud too. So what you think are the concerns of an organization when they want to choose SaaS or PaaS that fits their operation? So คุณ Krisana said that there are two parts. The first is you have to decide before use, and next the decision after use. So for the pre-decision, I always tell all my customers that you have to understand your strategy first. What are your strategy? What are your directions? So business strategy usually is like, it will start from being a trading company to another end of being an ecosystem manager. So the strategies will be different, but you can see the future trends that everyone will try to evolve until it is an ecosystem. So choosing between SaaS and PaaS depends on what is best response to your demand and the scalability of it. So this is the first factor to consider. And what happens when you consider strategies? Usually you will see three pillars. So after you use SaaS and PaaS, what would be the value proposition, the new value proposition that is? For example, this product how can it fit into the demand of the customer who wants the customized or personalized product. And if we want to go there, what would be our choice, SaaS or PaaS? And now that we have the product, how to deliver to the customers. So most cases, we will think about the new value proposition. The connection with the applications on mobile device would be the preferred choice, or to embed the products into the sales of other, like the Apple products that have Apple Care. So in the future, we can change our role as an insurer on what to focus, the brand, the product, or embedding our product into other products. And third, impact, that will be user experience, the interaction between people in the ecosystem, and it will help you to answer so many questions. If you design the user experience well, then you will get positive feedback and it will come to our platform, so you can use the AI analytics to help further. And these are your factors for consideration. For SaaS and PaaS in the next 5 years and 10 years, how will we coexist with them? Will they still be available after 5 or 10 years? So that is a pre-decision. And next, the post-use decision. We need to adapt to our choice. First, adaptation. When you choose SaaS or PaaS, the outstanding point of it is it will bridge the connection. So what will happen is the collaboration with your partners, and it will require an insurer to rethink. Usually in the past, everything depends on IT, but in the future, it will be cross-function collaboration, not only to rely on IT, but to make sure that we have the optimal result from PaaS or SaaS. So apart from internal collaboration, we may have the co-planning with the vendor of SaaS and PaaS that we choose. We have to tell them about the future plan, like next year's business plan, and then have them design the solution to fit in. After collaboration, another adaptation that we need is the workflow. For the workflow, if we would remain the same, or we will adapt further for better speed and flexibility. So once you work on the workflow, it will also lead to the roles and responsibility of each person in the organization, whether they will have to shift accordingly. And also it will lead you to the security improvement, because data can be anywhere and we need the control. Security has its own consumption that SaaS and PaaS must provide the world-class standard security. However, for insurance companies, we need governance for this part. In the past year, I talked to many leaders, global leaders, and they have this set of a governance checklist. If the cloud provider could not comply with the standards, then they will not get a green light. And that is more than just ISO requirements, and it will give them the trust and the confidence that they can maintain the cybersecurity. And that also will be in correspondence with the workflow that will lead to the optimal result. So the moderator concludes that we need to understand our direction first for an insurer, and then you can make a choice, SaaS or PaaS. But after use, you also need to consider whether it's a good fit with the organization, or what would be the future use case. It still be in alignment with our direction. So next, let's hear about success stories or use cases for cloud platform, both SaaS and PaaS for insurance industry. So Kun Warawit said that for the Zhong'an, for CA, our biggest market is in Singapore, and now we got collaboration with Grab and income to work on the launch of the back end on the insurance arm. We got good feedback from the customers. Just like K.Krisana said, that we can embed everything into the application. For the customers, they can use Grab service and they can buy the online insurance in this application. And riders themselves can also choose the coverage that they prefer within the application. So we hope that we can apply the same system in Thailand too. So for the market now, we have the points collection campaign. So this is another innovation that has been added on, not only to have the insurance sales journey, but also the participation and engagement of the customers to participate more in their customer journey of insurance policy purchase. We talked to many insurers about this. And in Thailand, although we are still relatively new, but we got a lot of confidence from many insurers using our service. So hopefully by the end of this year, we can launch one program with these insurers to enhance the engagement and to offer value-added proposition. So now let's hear from eBaoCloud. So we have many success stories, and one of that is about the cars. Now we have auto shop application, which is relevant to the automotive, like services, purchases, and also point collection and the likes, which for our lifestyle, now we are worry-free because everything is already embedded in our car. For example, if I buy a car and this brand tells me that I can get the insurance coverage, and I would not care about the brand of insurance anymore because I would want to get this service. And if I get discount of 30% if I buy from the brand in the same ecosystem, this is a successful case that has been a big hit in China. And another one is in Europe. eBao collaborates with internet provider as well as insurer to have an embedded platform with the nature of, they don't just sell insurance upfront, but they would have the design thinking workshop, like 6 workshops, and we would select those who want to launch the new insurance product in this workshop, and then we will have the minimum viable concept that would lead to the minimum viable products, which will be embedded further. For example, if you want to sell the concert ticket, and then they can sell the coverage protection. If on the concert day it rains, then you will be compensated. Like for the e-commerce as well, that we can get the coverage in case of fraud or something like that. So it's a big hit in Europe right now. And the moderator said that, this company have success use case already. So may I ask further for clarification that for the insurance business, what type of business use SaaS and which one prefer PaaS? Well, if you want to put it that way, it's quite hard to identify, but for insurance companies in Thailand, actually they choose both because SaaS and PaaS, they are somehow similar but somehow different too. So insurers, they would choose SaaS as a core because using SaaS in the insurer company for life insurance or for general insurance, they can add the value proposition in terms of responding to the needs of consumers faster and better. But just like I said, when I go to the market and I meet with targeted customers, the a concern is that they don't know which one to choose from and they don't exactly know what they need. So that is the biggest concern that I observe. As a tech company, we have a duty to provide the consultation for these customers to understand the insight and the demand together. If you want this, then choose PaaS. But if your goal is this, then choose SaaS. And the moderator said that, if any insurer feels that they still have doubts whether to choose both or to choose either SaaS or PaaS, then you can consult with the service provider first. How about the cloud solution in the next 5 to 10 years? What is your opinion on the future? Because now it is widely used. What will be the future in the next 10 years? So let me go first. So actually, the customer behavior has shifted, and of course, our products will be shifting accordingly. The consumer now are more into lifestyle. So at eBao, we study that there would be cluster of ecosystem in the future for hospital, for pets, for telecommunications, for niche products in subcategories, and also for automotive. So in the future, what we are thinking about is the focus on building ecosystem that we can facilitate and to support insurers to use this ecosystem. It's going to be the new S-curve of the insurance industry, I'm sure. And next, let's hear from K.Worawit. K.Worawit said that apart from the ecosystem, which I could not agree more, that it is definitely the future trend. But one more thing that is more technical is in the future for the insurance industry, I think automation would be the big trend. For the motor insurance, for example, automation of claim journey. It's not in the past, it's now that when our customer file claims, they would call the call center and then they will start a journey. But now many insurers has developed AI and image recognition. So the customers can submit their claim online and AI will assess the case. That would happen within these 5 or 10 years. And for the life insurance, actually we start to work on automation on claims, and also for the PA and other insurance that is health relevant. So it's going to happen in parallel with the ecosystem. And the moderator said that now we're going to have the expansion of the ecosystem that you heard about the pet, about the cluster of the hospitals, and that would go in parallel with the claim journey automation. So that would be the scene in the future, the use or the more use of AI. So what would be your key takeaway for partner on cloud computing or for SaaS and PaaS too?
แล้วกันนะฮะ
Just one quick thing based on my experience. Okay, let me talk about user experience briefly. Currently, our user experience is they prefer something as fast as possible. We want to try to help the user to make as fast decision as possible with automation and AI. But there is, on the other hand, another type of user experience that people hardly work with. It is something like a kind of surprise, like when you play Pokemon game, you need to go to that area to get that particular Pokemon. This kind of experience will offer a new experience in insurance industry. We need to create a well-customized product that will surprise the customer in a good way. I believe that somebody already started thinking about that, but we will need to find a way how to propose this into the insurance industry. And if you ask me, because my background actually came from insurance, I have been working in insurance industry for 13-14 years before I switched to tech. I find that the new technology is more about speed and convenience. In my own field at the moment, we will need to adapt in order to accommodate the new technology and to keep it up to date and to keep it up with the customer's lifestyle. And speaking about technology, many companies are still doing the same old thing, old way. Maybe we need to work with the culture and the mindset. And because I came from a time where I used the typewriter actually when I started working, and then we switched to computer and everything changed since then. And I know that from now on the technology will change so many other things too. And precisely because we have arrived at the age of digital transformation, so it doesn't matter who you are, even all of us, we will need to change and to catch up with the world. And today, we have learned a lot from our guest speakers in terms of cloud solutions and PaaS and SaaS. Now, it's time. If you have any question for our online and offline audiences, please feel free to drop in. And for online audience, please submit your question through the chat box. And this is our last day for the convention, and let's see if we have any question. So if there's no question, today we have learned a lot from both of you, so thank you very much for joining us, gentlemen, and thank you for sharing with us about the concern when choosing the cloud solution for insurance company. Thank you so much, Mr. Worawit Mokkhasamit, Head of Commercial CA takes over Singapore Private Limited Company, and also Mr. K.Krisana Theinthong, General Manager from eBaoCloud, eBaoTech Thailand Company Limited. Thank you so much for joining us in today's event.